Hi, I'm George, and we'll be doing this fast and easy zoom portrait effect here in Adobe Photoshop. Now you can download this project if you want to from my website. There's a download link for that in the description. Also, make sure you click on subscribe and subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's take a look and see how this one is done. Now just a couple things to think about this. Go back here to our original, and that's at the bottom. I had to crop out some of the bottom, so if your subject is completely in front of whatever it is you want to zoom for your background, that helps. Also, if you have a lot of bright colors in the background, a lot of variation in the background, that's more things to zoom for that zoom effect, which really helps give that blurring effect in there. So you want to have just a lot of stuff in there to get those nice streaks happening. Let me close down this finished version and I'll open up the original. There we go, and there's the original photo right here. Now this uses a new trick and an old trick for that zoom effect. First thing we need to do is to make a couple copies in here of this layer. So go over here to background, right click, duplicate layer once, choose OK. Let's do that again. Right click and duplicate layer again. There we go. The middle layer here, this is going to be our zoom layer. The background there, I'm going to hide that one. That's just a protection. In case things mess up, I can always go back to that layer and start again at that point. So that's my safety. In our top layer here, this will be the foreground subject layer. Let's rename this one Zoom. And then let's go up here and I'll rename this one Portrait. And let's hide the zoom layer. Okay, on the portrait, go up to Select, and then come down and just use the Subject Select, and this should do a great job. Photoshop is great at doing this. There we go. That is done. Let's now click on the Layer Mask button right down there. There's our layer mask. Now notice the bottom is a little bit messy down here. We'll fix that by doing a crop a little later on. Okay, let's now bring our background back in again. There it is. So that was the first step. That's done. And let's now do the zoom. This uses a very old filter. Go up to Filter, come down to Blur, and you want the radial blur right here. As you can see, real old format here on this filter. This one has been around forever. Put it up to 100%, and then on the blur method, choose zoom. Then you can choose whatever quality you want. I think good is just fine on this one. So 100% zoom and good quality. Choose OK, and that does that blur background. Okay, a couple things to fix now. I want to bring in some more contrast here for the foreground subject. So let's go up here to that portrait layer again, and we'll put an adjustment layer above this. So layer, come down to new adjustment layer. Let's just use the levels control. This should be all we need. Where it says use previous layer, check that, choose OK. And I just want to enrich the blacks, so that's the left-hand side over here. I'll bring those in a little bit. I don't want to go so far that it begins to block up like that, but I want to come in enough so that it does begin to darken things down, get some more contrast. And somewhere in here looks pretty good. I think that looks real nice, just like that. Just kind of coming into the blacks just a little ways. Okay, that's good. Now let's crop in so we can fix that bottom area. Go over to our crop tool, right there. I have mine set at ratio up here in our options. That way I can just pull in a side like that, and it should look real nice. Just pull this in a little bit here, and swell the bottom up so that we cover up that mess right in there. I think that covers up real nice. And that looks pretty good. I think that works out well. Hit the check mark here. There's our crop picture, and there it is. Let's go ahead and let's zoom this up here to fit screen. And there we go. There's our real fast, real easy zoom portrait. And if you like this project, make sure you click on like, click on share, and don't forget to subscribe. Check out my channel for a bunch more Photoshop projects, and I'll see you next time.